You mentioned that you're a student, you're an English learning student, or probably you're pursuing your bachelor's in English, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
why don't you tell me a little bit about your journey in English? Like, how did you improve your conversational skills, or your speaking skills, particularly?
Yeah. So, I wouldn't really say, that my course and me being here at Clapingo with a good spoken English are related in that sense. I mean, I might have got a kind of a preference during the time of selection and stuff because I'm from English honors. But like I have classmates who are not fluent in English, who do not have good grammar, but still they're doing English honors because ours is more like literature based. It's not grammar based. So it's more like the various concepts and the history of literature and Shakespeare and all those stuff. How various concepts emerge and stuff. So like we do an in-depth analysis of literature, and that is not nothing to do with grammar. I mean, it kind of falls in place, and it kind of goes parallel, but that's not the case with everyone, is what I would say.
Right.
So w- uh, when I talk about my journey, so have you heard of my school, Notre Dame Academy? I think
W-
it's there in Bhagalpur. No, it's there in Jamalpur also. Notre
Okay.
Dame Academy. It's like a very famous chain of convent school, I would say. It's there
Okay.
around India and around the world. So that's
Okay.
there in Patna, and like I mentioned, it's a convent school. So I owe all my skills to the school because they were quite strict with the spoken English and everything. If our teachers or our principal caught us speaking in Hindi or something, they would literally fine us. ₹5, but yeah, that was a big deal for us back then. And we used
Absolutely.
to complain so much that okay, we can't even speak freely. But that somewhere actually helped us to build the language at the correct age, because of which somehow, and we did have amazing teachers, and I still share those knowledge and stuff here at this platform, the tips and tricks that my English teachers shared with us. So with me, so it's mostly because of the school and the background that I've had. And then definitely I had this soft corner and this love for the subject, so that's how I pursued it. So, and I'm
Great.
pursuing it right now.
Great. Help me understand the other question
Yeah.
again, but that's around English itself. So somebody who comes from a Hindi medium background, right, or somebody who's on Clapingo, right? What would be your suggestion how they should work in order to improve their conversational skills or English as a language?
Like for you or for us?
For anybody who comes on this platform, what do you suggest generally?
So, I don't know. Like, I think for us also, it's a learning process. You know,
Absolutely. That's what I
I
would
feel like I
exactly.
have learned so much from this
Hmm.
platform in the past 1.5 years. So that's how it has been a very good learning process for me as well. But yeah, in terms of the language and everything, what I've realized through the journey, even for the learners and for us, it's all about practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So it's more about practice, but only practice won't help, is what I've understood, is what I've realized. So you should have something going on parallelly as well. Something as in you should be engaging with the language in some other forms as well, through like reading, listening, or watching, something like that. So that okay, so like when you're reading stuff, you come across words you don't know, or you come across new phrases that you've not heard before. So basically this platform gives you an opportunity to use those, and when you use those, that's how you retain it. Otherwise you'll read, you'll look up, and then when you read further you forget. Like, that's very
Right.
human. That happens even with us. When you actually use them, it stays with you. So this platform gives you that opportunity to like use them. But again, what will you use if you're not, engaging, and if you're not, coming across new words and phrases? So for that, and even people who struggle with sentence formation, very basic language, I think for them, watching um, English movies or videos and reading books and all definitely helps them overall. So, but again, at the end, if you just do those and you don't practice them, it won't help. So, practice is very major. It's a very basic thing that you need to do when it comes to, understanding, but and learning. But yeah, apart from that, those things are also important.
So practice is something when you understand the language very well, right? Even if not
Yes,
very well, then
but
little bit you understand. You got
not
to know,
practice alone. Other things as well.
right? So what about somebody who does not have the clear knowledge of grammar? He does not know like what we use after he or a pronunciation. Oh, sorry, pronouns and nouns, right? What are the modal verbs and what are the adjectives and the other kind of tenses and all of that, right? When they go on speaking English, they make a lot of errors. So what do you suggest even the people should work on their grammar in order to understand the language better and speak better? Or it's just that somebody should not consider grammar and then just start imbibing those words or probably start using the words that people use, right, and start speaking? Is that something going to help out them, help out to them?
See, so very frankly, if you ask me, the difference between past participle and present continuous, and all those various forms that we have under tense, I might not be able to like distinguish them so verbally. I can give you examples, but what exactly is the difference? I mean, while I'm speaking, I might figure it out, but currently I don't have it in my head. Not that I don't know, but it is confusing. English is a funny language, as we all know. So not
Right.
everything can be explained so easily. So, because of that, I feel like, okay, basic grammar is something everyone should know when they're
Hmm.
trying to learn a language, whether it
Right.
be English or any other language. But yeah, these minute details and other kinds of information. I mean, it's again upon interest. If you want to, you can. But for normal spoken English, it's not something that is mandatorily to be known, or to be remembered as such. Like, you should know it, but it's okay if you don't remember it, like all the rules and everything. And it's again, like I said, about practice. And as and when you keep speaking, everything falls in place. Sometimes if you speak something and I feel like, okay, this doesn't sound right, say it this way, but I might not be able to explain why that one sounds like, I'm not saying that's incorrect, just that it doesn't sound right. You should say it this way. So again, I might not be able to give an explanation for everything, but I can, tell you what sounds better. And that comes with practice, that comes with, engaging with the language more and more, not just the fact that, you are learning grammar as such. Many of the people also come to this platform saying that, okay, we don't want the theoretical classes that we've had in schools.
Right.
We want more of the practice, and I think that is very important. So yeah, that is what we provide here. So it's not always about like those grammar classes as such. The basic is important, and like whatever, like there's like a very basic mistake that you make between is and are, for example. I can tell you that yes, is used with singular and are is used for plural. So that basic thing you should know, and that I do, explain as and when people make mistakes. But yeah, other than that, I don't think those intricate details are something that everyone should remember to learn a language.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So one thing that comes from out of this conversation is that you probably emphasize more on practicing, correct? So
Definitely.
practicing means like you need somebody to practice. You need an application, probably, say, for example, or a platform like Cambly or like
Definitely.
Clapingo.
Because
Yeah,
without the proper guidance, you'll keep making the same mistakes, then it doesn't make sense, right?
correct. So how to find and where to find the people, if you want to practice? That's a major question.
So that is why I think you have platforms like these. But okay,